You're trying to improve your habits. You're trying to get fit, eat healthier, spend more time with your family, stop smoking. And you use various tools for this: habit trackers, weight trackers, and to-do lists. And these are all great tools. They provide you all the information you need to stay on task, but eventually you fall off the horse. The reason is that while you still need these tools, they're purely informational. They provide your data for reference lookup later. They lack one thing: motivation. Motivation is absolutely essential for forming good habits and keeping up with your tasks. There are two really good sources of motivation in the real world: competition and rewards. Well, there's one very obvious place where both competition and rewards are present: video games. Enter HabitRPG, a habit tracking application that provides incentives for your good behavior by treating your life like a role-playing game.
This is HabitRPG. HabitRPG is a habit tracking application which treats your goals like a role-playing game. If you do well at your habits, you gain experience points, and you gain gold and silver, which you can use to cash in for weapons and armor, which are in-game items, or custom-defined rewards, such as cake. If you do poorly at your habits, such as taking the elevator instead of the stairs, you lose hit points. If you lose enough hit points, you die, and you have to start over by spending tokens. HabitRPG is currently running live in production at HabitRPG.com, and it is open source at github.com/Lefner/HabitRPG.
Hi, I'm Tyler, and I built this app because I kept finding such good tools for productivity on the internet, but I'd only use them about a week before my tasks would start compounding. And I needed some sort of incentive to stay in the game. Well, it just so happens that I'm also a huge geek, and gamification of this process was a no-brainer, especially for me in the form of an SNES RPG. And ever since I launched HabitRPG, it had a warm reception. A lot of people really enjoy using it, and recently it was featured on Lifehacker, Kotaku, and Reddit. Unfortunately, the load from all that traffic brought Habit to its knees, and a lot of people have been experiencing bugs recently, which brings me to the purpose of this Kickstarter campaign. Habit needs your support to stay alive. There are current bugs that need to be fixed, a whole bucket list of features to be implemented, and a mobile application to be developed. And while all these things will be implemented eventually, it's currently just me manning the project, and I need resources to be able to pay for a systems administrator to handle the load balancing issues of the application, and I need enough money so that I could put my contracts aside to develop full steam on HabitRPG, fixing the bugs, adding new features, and deploying the mobile application. The biggest new feature coming to HabitRPG is the addition of the party system. You can select up to 4 friends that you want to compete with. You can see their avatar and stats, and they can see yours. I think this will create an accountability partnership between you and your friends that will really help you to stay on track. Next will come character customization. I'm currently holding conversation with pixel artists so that we can add as much character flair and avatar customizations as possible. Then there's boss battles. The current idea here is that tags will eventually be implemented in the system for categorizing your tasks. Well, if you've completed all but one of the same tag, the final tag will be considered a boss, and you'll gain more points for completing it that day. We want this productivity tool to be as beautiful and interactive as possible to really pull you into completing your tasks. So we start with the browser quest, Creative Commons icon set, and then we will customize from there. It's also very important that Habit provides as much external service integration as possible. There are already so many good tools out there for data acquisition, such as Astrid, Google Calendar, and Fitbit. Ideally, Habit will be as hands-off as possible and just wrap around the existing tools that you use and simply turn them all into a game. So that's a very high priority item on the roadmap, is integration with the popular social and productivity services. The final item that the Kickstarter campaign will fund is the development of the mobile application. Now let's talk about why a mobile application is necessary for this product.
You can currently go to the web app at its URL on your mobile device, and you get this responsive theme which uses Bootstrap responsive, and it's completely functional and it works just fine. It looks great, but it's not necessarily a pleasure to work with. The mobile application will allow you to take your data offline, so you don't need an internet connection to access your information. And the big benefit is being able to tick off items from your phone as soon as you've completed them. So for example, when you're done reading, you pull out your phone and you click this checkbox and you get your experience. That way, you don't have to remember all of the items you've completed at the end of the day and then log into the web app to tick those items off. Now, the mobile application will be available to iPhone and Android, and it will be open source. Over here, you have github.com/lefner/HabitRPG mobile, which is the shell of the application that I'm going to be developing. It'll be using PhoneGap and AngularJS. So that's the HabitRPG Kickstarter campaign. The funds will go to making the server scale by bringing on systems administration talent to help in load balancing and server provisioning, bringing on development talent in order to fix a lot of the existing bugs and to add features. As far as features go, if the campaign is funded, you're guaranteed a party system, character customization, integration with a few of the major services, and a native mobile application. I'm going to provide links at the bottom of this page to the GitHub repository for HabitRPG, which includes issues that people are having as well as feature requests. It's a vibrant community of people requesting new features. It's a blast, actually. It's getting me very excited. And I'll also provide a link to a video tutorial, a detailed video tutorial on how to use HabitRPG in case this video was too cursory on the application itself. So I thank you for watching. Join me in making our lives a role-playing game, and hopefully I will compete with you one day on HabitRPG.